Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everyone? I'm actually have to set all of my go lives. Hello, yay. Instagram looks like it's working. And we have the TikTok starting. I'm excited. Welcome everyone. Technology is working in my favor today. I'm speechless. Okay. If you are here, get ready to dive deep into the nurturing waters of the sign Cancer. I am a Cancer sun, so I am very familiar with this energy this week. We have Venus and Mercury that's going to enter the sensitive sign of Cancer this week. We're going to discover how these astrological celestial shifts will influence us in this week ahead with a deep insight, okay, on these astrological endeavors. And we're going to talk about aspects. We're going to talk about horoscopes. We're going to talk about tarot. I have my mahogany tarot deck here. I might pull some oracle cards, okay, if I'm feeling spicy. There'll be some oracle cards, there'll be some tarot cards. And we're talking about horoscopes. And most importantly, with all that tied in, we are going to talk about the weekly transits. I am live every Monday or Tuesday, depending on my mood, because I am a Cancer sun. So there is a moodiness. So it's really depending on the moon itself. And we have a Virgo moon today. So that means I'm sticking to the routine and sticking to the plan. So I am here. I'm pretty sure it's a Virgo moon. I should know, but I think from remember looking at the astrological, but don't worry, we'll talk about that. But yes, also before I even start everything, I want to say, oh, this is where it gets annoying when things ring. My phone is using my live TikTok, so my phone just rang, and I actually feel very gorgeous. This is annoying. I don't, I can't put it on airplane mode if I'm streaming, right? Anyway, okay. So back to what I was saying. Apologies if it was a delay. My phone just rang, and TikTok is on my phone, but YouTube and Instagram is not, but I am live streaming on all the platforms. I'm on X, and this is also a podcast. So if you miss me weekly, you can go ahead, check out my, click the link in the bio, and you'll get the podcast if you want to drive and listen to this. Now, I have this special elite club, and when I hear club and membership, I am completely turned off. Trust me, I understand it. However, my club, my membership is for the people. Okay. I'm really good. I'm really gifted at what I do. I'm really good on my readings. I'm really informative on my astrology. I went to grad school for psychology. So I am deeply invested. I've been studying astrology since I was in college, and I am now 45. I was in college in 2000. I graduated from college 2001. Okay. So it's been a long time. Anyway, but to say all that is because I want to give a gift to you guys, not my followers, to the people, to the collective. And what does that mean? I am aware of the economy. I know things cost a lot of money. And so if you want a reading, I can't do a full reading because that wouldn't be fair. However, I can answer a question. If you have a question and you have a probing question and you really want to answer to the question, if it's an astrology question, if it's a tarot reading question, click the membership. You will get your answer. You will get your question answered. It is $4.99 a month. Okay. Not only do you get that, I have powerful videos on the eclipse, and all the eclipse. We have Mercury retrograding, all Mercury retrograding survival kits on how to survive those. And then also I have a yes and no reading that I'm going to actually film after this. But yes, it's a great club. Okay. So also you get discounts. If you join this club, you get discounts on all the services that I have on my website. If you hear any noise in the background, I have kids. Being that Cancer sun, I have kids, and they are thriving in the house, and everyone's graduating this year. So we have noise coming in and out. School is ending, but not ending. Graduating season is coming. So yeah, anyway, okay. So let's get on to everything. Let's talk about the weekly transit. So this week, Oh, also, yeah, like I said, I have this video that I'm filming after this is going to be yes or no question. So if you have a yes or no question, you join the club. I will be answering it plainly, yes or no. Okay. So that is a blessing. But I'm not just doing it now. I will keep doing this. So feel free to join that club. Now, this week we have Mars is going to square Pluto, which is June 11th. That's tomorrow. The moon will enter Virgo. June 11th. June 12th, Mercury is going to square Saturn. June 14th, moon enters Libra. Mercury is going to conjunct the sun. That is a Cazimi. Don't worry, I'm going to explain all that. On the 16th, we have Father's Day coming up. Venus is going to square Neptune. Venus is going to enter Cancer. The moon is going to enter Scorpio. Neptune on the 17th, not Neptune. On the 17th, well, it is Neptune. Mercury is going to square Neptune. Mercury will enter Cancer, and then Mercury is going to conjunct Venus in the sign Cancer. Okay. We have all that coming up this week, and I'm going to explain each thing, and then I'm going to do tarot and horoscopes. Okay. If you have any questions after I do all of the business, go ahead and ask me, and I will pull a card for you, or I will answer an an astrological question if you have that regarding your chart. So yeah, so get comfortable, grab some tea. I'm going to take a sip of water right now. Hold up, and then I'm going to start. There are so many things on my computer, but I want to make sure I see it all. I see everyone on all the platforms. Okay, so let's get started. I actually am going to pull up my chart here. Hold on. Let me pull up my chart for some people so they can see it. Hold on. Too many buttons, too many options. Hold on one second. Share the screen. Okay. You know what song is in my head? Here we go. Summer Walker. That is just on my, okay. So here we go in my head. Okay, here we go. So let's start on the 11th. Can you guys see this chart? I'm checking to see. Yes, I see days, the 11th. Here we go. All right. Okay, interesting. Doesn't look like it's showing it on Instagram. But anyway, I am still going to discuss it and show everyone who can see it. Okay, so now on the 11th, we have Mars is in the sign Taurus. This is tomorrow, you guys, okay? This is the astrological weather, okay? The celestial beings in the sky, the vibe in the sky, as we like to say, okay? Mars is in the sign Taurus, and it is going to be squaring Pluto in the sign Aquarius. Pluto is currently retrograding. I feel like, okay, it's not even a feel. Pluto retrograding in 1 degree is causing some problems with technology. If you have any glitching happening, that is Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius is dealing with our socializing and technology in the future, and it's retrograding. So it's telling everyone to wake the F up. Okay. If you have problems with your cell phone, if you're having problems with, hello, Sonia, on TikTok, if you're having problems with your cell phone, if you're having problems with your computer, if you're having problems with your Tesla, okay, I'm talking about futuristic technology and it's glitching. I had problems with even commerce, which normally represents Mercury. That's Pluto retrograding, okay, in the sign Aquarius. And we have all these planets in Gemini. The ruler of Gemini is Mercury. Mercury is in the sign Gemini. So we have a lot of information overload, a lot of technology happening, a lot of air in the sky, okay? Now, Mars in the sign Taurus, back to that. Tomorrow, Mars in the sign Taurus is going to square Pluto. And what does that mean for us? Okay. Mars is our action, it's our drive. Taurus is a little slow. Okay. It's like, I don't want to move. I don't want to do it. I'm stubborn. I want to actually be very comfortable and I want to be very calculated in doing things, very not manipulative, but more calculated. Okay. And Pluto is about transformation and healing. So when you have it squaring Square is no bueno, and they're both in the fixed signs, meaning there may be some type of stubbornness that's going to cause a problem for us in the collective. Okay, so there's some power struggles here. There's some conflicts. This tension and conflict could be related to some type of power dynamic. Taurus is like, I don't want to hear you out. And Mars is about the conflict and the struggle, and Pluto is about power. Okay, so individually and collectively, there could be some power struggles happening, some political clashes happening. Obsession and compulsion can happen with this transit as well, because Pluto is all about being very compulsive, and really being obsessed with something is Pluto, and compulsion is Mars. So there could be a conflict with that. Disruption and upheaval, because there could be some lifting up the darkness, and Mars is that war energy. So be ready for all of that. Okay, so socially and political movements could be happening. We are dealing with Aquarius. Okay, some upheaval of some sort with that Aquarius energy, but it's no bueno. We're probably already feeling this. If you are feeling a little like confrontational, especially if you have Gemini placements. I mean, not Gemini, Taurus placements, and if you have Aquarius placements. So just be aware of that. Now, later on, that moon will enter the sign Virgo. Hold on, moving my mouse and it's delayed. So the moon will be entering that sign Virgo later on. And when it enters Virgo, tomorrow, emotionally, you're dealing with our emotions, right? And when the moon enters Virgo, we are going to be very disciplined, very attentive to detail, into health and wellness, very practical, analytical thinking, and servicing others, and especially your pets, right? Organizing, okay? But you could be overcritical emotionally tomorrow. There's some anxiety or worry, difficulty and flexibility. Critical judgments happen when we have a Virgo moon as well, okay? So just be aware of that with your emotions. If you are aware emotionally of how you are, it can help your day. It can help your day. Okay, all the chimes and things are moving. Okay, so let's move on to the 12th. Okay, so this is Wednesday. Now on Wednesday, Mercury is going to square Seth. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. On Wednesday, Mercury is going to square Saturn in a sign Pisces. Mercury's in a sign Gemini. A square is no bueno. It is change, and it is a tension of some sort. Now, because we're dealing with mutable signs, that means that there's going to be a change happening, and we're not happy about that change. Okay, there's some type of movement happening, and no one wants to move. Okay, now there's could be communication barriers or misunderstanding. Now, Saturn is the heavy influence. It's the father figure, and it's focused on deep reflection, and sometimes it can cause some confusion in the sign Pisces. Okay, so there's mental frustrations, there's impatientness. Well, not impatientness, because we're not dealing with Mars, but patience with the Gemini. Gemini wants to move fast. In the sign Mercury, it's like, I don't have time to understand this. And Gemini is very curious by nature, and it's seeking new information. And Saturn is like limits, like chill. Take your time. You're moving too fast. Okay. So there's some realistic thinking versus idealism, because you're dealing with the Pisces, you're dealing with the Gemini. That could be causing some tensions. Responsibility and accountability, because Gemini wants to focus on spreading the information and being restless and having multiple options. And Saturn is like, narrow it down and be responsible. And this can cause attention. Okay. Maybe there's some learning problems happening or problem solving happening, and that can cause a challenge. Reflection and introspection. Gemini typically looks outward and seeking interaction and external input. Saturn in Pisces is going to encourage all of us to reflect inwardly. So be aware of that tension. When we have Mercury squaring Saturn, the planet of communication and thinking and commerce in our day-to-day travel, squaring the father figure, the boss, the fear. Just be ready of those tensions. And also Saturn also represents government officials and police, people in uniform. Also like what am I thinking? Just think of the boss, okay? Father energy, okay? So thinking and communicating and maybe like getting a speeding ticket. Okay, something like that. So be aware of that. And that happens on the 12th. Let's see what else we have. On the 14th here, which is going to be Friday, the moon will enter into the sign. This moon will enter into the sign Libra. And the good aspects with that is making your home very beautiful, really getting into aesthetics, maybe being creative, socializing, relationships. Harmony, balancing yourself emotionally. Yeah, very creative and beautiful energy for us socializing on the 12th. And then you could be indecisive because you could be people pleasing, you could be passive aggressive. That is annoying on my end. I don't like that energy. And also there's some superficiality happening, especially with the Gemini energy. So yeah, get ready for that. Okay. And that is with the moon. So that is dealing with our emotions. On the same day of the 14th, Mercury is going to conjunct the sun. Is this the 14th? Yeah. And it's going to conjunct the sun. And when it conjuncts the sun, that means it's in the heart of the sun. That means there is a Cazimi. So on Friday, there is some clarity that's going to happen. If there's a question and there's something you have to mentally process, there will be clarity on Friday. Okay. So enhanced clarity, mental sharpness, clear communication, insight is going to be very clear. There's some new ideas, some new innovations, increased learning, increased knowledge. I love Gemini, so Gemini loves to talk. So there may be a huge announcement in the news or in the collective or with you at home. There may be some huge announcements, and that doesn't have to be at home, but just you personally, because Gemini is the communicator. Social media big that day. If you are a TikToker, if you are an influencer, if you do something on social media, anything dealing with socializing, and especially when it comes to communicating, huge energy that day. Go ahead and take advantage. That's a great day to go live. Okay. So yeah, now conjunctions are great and bad. Okay. Good and bad is what you have with conjunction. So you could be overwhelmed and there could be a burnout because Gemini energy wants to put his hands in everything. It wants to do it all. So be ready for that. And Gemini represents the rainbow. And we just had Pride parade in LA. And that's very fitting for Gemini. And that also represents an understanding of how Gemini wants it all. Okay. Gemini wants to put his hands in everything. So when you have two planets, the sun and the thinking planet, together in the sign Gemini, means that you could be doing too much. So be ready for that. Information overload, mental fatigue, miscommunication. It's like how I am, because Jupiter's in the sign Gemini. I am live streaming on almost every platform, right? I'm live streaming on TikTok. I'm live streaming on Instagram. I'm live streaming on YouTube. I'm live streaming on X. And this will also be a podcast. That is very Gemini energy. And I have a Mars in Gemini, so I'm here for it. But I just want you to understand and comprehend how when the sun and Mercury is going to merge together, it could be doing too much. Okay. So just chill. Also, it could be miscommunication because when you have communication, you got the good and the bad. So you could be misinformed. There could be gossip, talking too much, telling people secrets. All this can be happening on Friday. Superficial energy because Gemini wants to just keep it on the surface level. So shallow focus, lack of depth, restlessness and anxiety. Gemini is very nervous energy, is very restless, and it has a difficult time relaxing. So be aware of that. Now on the 16th, we have Father's Day. Okay. Hold on. On the 16th, we have Father's Day. And usually Father's Day comes very close to the summer solstice. And sometimes it's on the summer solstice because I know it's on a Sunday. And Father's Day, the sun is always representing the father. The moon is also representing the mother. Hence why Father's Day is always so close to summer solstice. Summer solstice is the longest day. It's the longest amount of time that the sun is out, which represents fathers. Now, because Father's Day is going to fall, because sometimes it falls during Cancer season, but this year it's falling during Gemini season, there's going to be a huge communication energy, huge socializing, huge energy with intellect. being very versatile and adaptable. Yeah, so get ready for that. When it's during Cancer season, just so you guys can know, there's a huge influence on family and home and legacy and your past and safety and emotional connection and tradition. Okay, but while it's this year, it's going to be in the sun in the sign Gemini. So, really putting the emphasis on the father being the teacher because Gemini likes to teach, and strong emphasis on communication, socializing, intellect, and a major dialogue. So, if you want to communicate to your father on Father's Day, go ahead and take the time out and really let him know how you feel. Now, the moon on Father's Day, because that's dealing with the emotions, is going to be in Libra. So, there is some harmonious energy and there's some balance with that. Be careful not to try to please your father or maybe your father trying to please you. Just be aware of that on Father's Day. And Mercury being in the sign Gemini will also let you be very communicative. So, and it takes oh, Libra is not that emotional. So the moon in Libra, I think it's a great time to really say your truth and speak your truth on Father's Day. And even if you love your father and it's all bueno and it's all good in the hood, go ahead and say loving things to your father. Okay. Yes. Okay. So emphasize communication, foster intellectual engagement. Maybe take a class with your father. Okay. Be flexible and adaptable during Father's Day and encourage some social interaction. Go out and go to an outdoor party during Father's Day. That would be great. Now, on Father's Day, we do have the Venus, okay, is going to square Neptune. And here we go, okay. On Father's Day, you have this great energy, and the sun is in Gemini and all that stuff. Yes. Now, there could be some illusions. Be aware of that, okay? I also see like drugs. Okay, Venus is the planet of socializing. Neptune and Pisces is escapism when it comes to substances. Okay, so be careful of like not trying to. You don't want to say things, and yeah, don't tell your secrets because you're high on life. We'll just say that. Okay, so be aware of that, but be aware of illusions. There's also Venus is also representing your love partner, someone you're in love with. So there could be some illusions like romantic idealism. Maybe you picture someone with a rose-colored lens, and maybe he's saying the right things to just get you. And there's some tension and challenge with that. Okay, there could be some deception, some miscommunication with this aspect. So be very, very aware. I want everyone to see very clearly. And if you can't see clearly that day, leave it alone, take a break. Okay. Now, again, the square is dealing with Gemini, is dealing with Pisces, and those are mutable signs. So there's going to be a change and you're not going to like it. Okay. So be aware of that. Now, collectively, because that was more individually, collectively, there could be some misleading news. All right. Maybe like there's a public image happening and we're being there's an illusion through this public image kind of energy. Okay. Artistically and culturally, there could be some blockage happening, like a very like a social event, and it's dealing with art, and there could be some words said, and things can't the museum is shut down or something like that. So be aware of that. Socially and politically, again, misunderstanding, miscommunication, unclear messaging, and that could cause some problems. Okay. Yeah. So also because Pisces deals with photography and photography, art, and Venus deals with art as well. So be aware of being inspired and falling for something with this inspiration. Okay. And just be very aware of deception with words, because Mercury in the sign Gemini is dealing with words. Not Mercury, Venus in the sign Gemini is dealing with words. So heavy emphasis on words and being in a state of delulu. I never used that word. But it's a fun word, Delulu. Okay. Anyway, so July 11th, we have Venus that's going to enter Cancer. Oh, no. After that same day, Venus is going to enter Cancer after it squares. Listen, Mercury is right behind Gemini. I mean, Mercury is right behind Venus, and they're both going to be squaring Neptune as they enter the sign Cancer. Okay. Hold on. Let me get another sip of water. And we are on day Sunday. No, we're not. Is it Sunday? Yeah. Oh, we're almost done. Okay. Wait, what day is this actually? Hold on. What day are we on? The 16th. And I'm doing it all the way until, because it's the next day, I think. Yes. Okay. Okay, so let me talk about this week that we have Venus, and I'm going to do horoscopes too. I'm going to tell you how your Venus and Mercury is going to affect you. If you know your rising, you know your sun sign, okay? Hopefully, and your moon sign. You can check all three horoscopes, and it's going to explain a lot about you and what you have coming up these past month and a half. Okay, Venus is entering the sign. Cancer June 16th, and it's going to stay there all the way until July 11th. Now, Venus is all about romantic love. It's also about friendships. It's about our socializing, what we naturally attract, our affection, our intimacy, right? It's about beauty. It's about aesthetics. It's about our personal style, which is also aesthetics. It's about pleasure and enjoyment. It's the laziness in us, when you want that donut in the middle of the night, I don't want to condone that, but that is Venus, okay? It's also like what we value in our material wealth. So, yes. And it's also balance and harmony and collaborating with others, working with others, and socializing with others, right? So that's what Venus is. Now, let me tell you about the sign Cancer. When Venus enters the sign Cancer, Cancer is all about moodiness and emotions, okay? Now, I love the energy Cancer, but I want you to understand the real, okay? Cancer themes are about emotions, it's about sensitivity, it's about our home, it's about our family, family bonds, it's about our legacy, our past, memory, protections. It's how we feel secure, right? What else do we have? Intuition is a water sign, so any water signs is about psychic or intuitive energy, okay? And it's also very creative. Cancer is a very feminine sign. And when you have the feminine sign, you're creative, there's imagination. Now, when you have Venus in the sign Cancer, it is a hopeless romantic. It is like, oh, I want complete love. It is watching all those Disney cartoons, which I love because I am a Cancer. It's about being dreamy in love, romance, longing for love, being very impressionable. You know how you put a drop of something strong in water, because Cancer is water, and then that little drop takes over the water. This is what we're dealing with that Cancer love, okay? So be aware, but there's also this energy of being very spiritual and being very psychic, and there's like a psychic and spiritual exchange when Venus is in a sign Cancer. There's strong feelings, longing and looking for love, or longing and looking for a place to be warm and safe and comfortable. And that is what we have when Venus enters the sign Cancer. What else we have? Victim of delusions, unpredictable energy, because Cancer is very moody, and that moon is the ruler of Cancer. So whatever sign that moon is in is the energy of Venus. Okay, get ready for that. Now, we have enhanced emotional connection. There's going to be a sense of focusing on home and family. So people are going to be loving their home. They're going to be loving their mom. They're going to be loving their family, loving their legacy, loving their traditions. Okay. Increased creativity. Now, you can be overprotective with this Venus in Cancer. There's also moodiness, and there's heavy sensitivity. Trust me on the sensitive part. Okay. So everyone tread lightly, especially when you're socializing. Everyone be really nice, and everyone be very empathetic, because that is very Cancer energy. You may want to retreat into comfort zones. You're like, I don't want to step out of my comfort zone. The crab is the ruler of Cancer, and the crab is like, I don't want to do that. And the crab also doesn't walk straightwards. It walks kind of like to the side, and the Venus is going to try to attract things not straight ahead, but more like in a not in a very forward way. Okay. So, or you might be attracting things naturally and it comes sideways, like, where did this come from? So you have that energy. Okay. There's strengthening community bonds. There's cultural and traditional appreciation, or maybe like making your community really beautiful, your home really beautiful. Social welfare initiatives could be happening because you care about the collective. There is a huge love for people. Okay. Now there is a collective mood swing with that, though. So today you love the people, tomorrow you're like, give me a break, I need to rest. There could be a resistance to change because the new ideas is not safe. Okay. New energy is not safe. Increased tendency for sentimental things, things that seem very like they resonate with you from the past. There's beauty in that all of a all of a sudden. So just be ready of that. Now let me check and see before I get into the aspects. Make sure and see if I have any comments. Okay. Hello, everyone who's joining live. Just making sure I can answer any questions if anyone has any questions. Okay. Just be aware of being very sensitive and emotional when it comes to connections. Be aware that try not to spend too much money on the home. Okay. Redesigning a home. Trust me, that stuff is all piled up over here because I'm getting ready for Venus in Cancer. Okay, I'm putting emphasis on that kitchen. We redoing the kitchen. That will be on a TikTok because Jupiter is in the sign Gemini. So it will be televised. There could be what do we have? Balance, protection, and freedom. There's a strong energy for protection and wanting to feel safe with Venus and that. Now, let me just tell you quickly the aspects because as Venus is going to be in the sign Cancer, what can we look for as a collective? Okay. Now, Venus will be conjunct Mercury. That is going to happen actually on Monday. I will talk about that. So we'll just get ready for a lot of thinking and love and a lot of love bombing. Okay. So you have that. Now on the 18th, Venus will be quincunx Pluto, and that interaction, there may be some tension with some interaction. Okay. Particularly in connection with money and women. Okay. So just be ready of that. So just slow down your approaches when it comes to finances and dealing with powerful women. And that is on the 18th. On the 26th, Venus is going to square the nodes. And actually, I have notes on this. This is me just saying things off the cuff here. Venus squaring the nodes represents your karma and what you need to do in this lifetime and what you naturally have already. And there could be some struggles of letting go the relationships and focusing on the self. So be ready for that square. And these are cardinals. So this is something new that's going to happen. That's a cardinal square, but all squares actually bring some lessons. So tension between personal needs and relationship expectations. Now Venus on June 28th. Now that Venus in Cancer is going to sextile Mars and Taurus. This is a positive energy. And on the 28th, there is going to be love and intimacy, okay? And getting it on and really being happy, especially about the body and your expression of love and your desire for love and motivation for love. However, sextiles means you have to do work. It's out there. God's like, I'm making this sunny weather, but what are you going to do with it? You have to actually put it out there. Now, if you are someone who is into being creative and making your place beautiful, making your enhancing your resources, great energy, but you have to physically get up off the couch and actually do it. Okay. What else do we have on July 2nd? Actually, let me see if I can make this larger. My notes, make it larger. Okay. July 2nd. Now this here, you don't have to do work. God would just put this on your lap. Okay. July 2nd, Venus in Cancer is going to trine Saturn. Saturn will be retrograding in the sign Pisces. And is it retrograding now, Saturn? No. So, but on the July 2nd, this is strengthening any type of long-term relationships, anything dealing with responsibilities. There is going to be strengthening in relationships. So growth in emotional maturity and stability, a satisfaction with relationships and being very matured in relationships are enhancing beauty aesthetics and being very thinking about beauty aesthetics in a long term. So if you're trying to remodel that kitchen, what are the steps you have to do now to make it long term and make it a value, right? Okay. July 6th, then Venus will square Chiron. And when it squares Chiron, Venus, as it gets on over here and it squares Chiron, Chiron is the planet of healing. And it's in the sign Aries right now. So you're going to be addressing some healing, okay? And it may be through a loved one, maybe through a woman, may through something with self-love, okay? Definitely. And then on the 8th, Venus is going to sextile Taurus, Uranus in sign Taurus. Here on the 8th, and when you have that, again, you have to do the work, but there's some new surprises in relationships, or new surprises with aesthetics, or something in the future dealing with aesthetics. So get ready for that. And oh, here, July 10th, another blessing that God has given us. This is another trine, and Venus is going to trine in the sign Cancer. Neptune, it is water energy. Talk about intuition and dreams and psychic ability. That's going to be so strong. If you want a tarot reading that day, yes. If you are wanting to throw a tarot party, or do something with your dreams, that is a great time to do it. Anything with aesthetics and art and creativity, anything dealing with love, both of them are very feminine energy. So I just think of just romance and spirituality and relationships and psychics. Okay. All that July 10th. And if none of that is like, well, I'm not in love, I don't have a relationship, then art. Okay. Art, maybe poetry. Trust me, it's going to hit you that day, and it's going to be very positive. Okay. And what else do we have? I think that's what we have going on with the transits of Venus entering Cancer. Now, on going back to July 17th, the moon will enter Scorpio. And Moon entering Scorpio, y'all. Get ready for your psychological insights, getting deep emotionally. I'm just moving my tarot cards here. Deep emotional insight, transformation and rebirth, changing some stuff, dealing with healing, dealing with the secrets in the closet on that day, on Monday. Passion and intensity. Be ready to avoid being too obsessed or jealous, or having power control, or being fixated on someone, or trying to have some power struggles, or someone having some power struggles over you. Very emotional energy when the moon is in Scorpio. So yeah, get ready for that. Maybe it's a day that you want to investigate on someone. Okay. You're emotionally bond to, go ahead and do it. Now on the 17th, remember what I told you, Venus and Mercury, they first square Neptune, and then they enter the sign Cancer. So now we have Mercury that is going to square Neptune, and then it will be entering the sign Cancer. Now before it enters the sign Cancer, that square, it's a mutable square, so that means there's some change here, and we don't want the change. Okay, so enhance emotion, enhance imaginative creativity. However, not enhance. There could be a block with the creativity. Okay. Be aware of that. There's confusion, a miscommunication, there's deception, there's some illusions, there's a mental fog, there's distractions. Okay. Yeah. And Mercury wants to have it all. And there's some illusions with that, maybe falling into multiple illusions, or there is a communication because Gemini likes to communicate, or there's some socializing, and it's causing some delulu. I want to say it again. Sorry. But yes, just beware of those challenges. Beware of miscommunications. Be very clear, clear. Okay. Yes. What else do we have here? Deception, there could be some scams, there could be some frauds. Pisces also represents drugs and escapism, so be aware of not trying to escape or avoiding something. Also, Neptune and Pisces are very insecure, also represents conspiracies. So be aware if the conspiracy is fake. Okay, because not all conspiracies are fake. A lot of conspiracies are like, oh, okay. And then there's some conspiracies that is just like thrown out there to actually make the conspiracies think it's a conspiracy. So be aware of that. You want to stay grounded. You want to be very clear and precise, and you want to manage the mental fog. So use mindful techniques and maintain some mental clarity and focus. And if you can't, then let it go, write it down. Just focus on your feeling, not focusing on it too hard, and maybe talking to people who have a lot of earth energy that could keep you grounded. Okay. Meditation is great with that. Now Mercury will enter the sign Cancer, and when Mercury enters the sign Cancer, then again, I told you the Cancer themes, right? We have family, we have your history, we have memory, we have emotions, we have sensitivity, we have moodiness, we have protectiveness and security. Now your thought process, your communication, verbal and writing, your clarity, your expression, how you listen, how you understand, your thinking and your rationality and your decision making, your problem solving, your judgment is in this sensitive moody sign. Okay. Also, how we learn and how we educate and how we process information and how we are adaptable. It's in the sensitive sign of Cancer, of love, right? Now, traveling, Mercury represents our day to day travel, it represents transport, it represents commerce, it represents gadgets, our technology, our movement. Information system, negotiation, marketing, crypto. Okay. Now, when you have all that, then you could have like, first of all, there is like a poet energy. So Mercury and Cancer, get ready for all the poets coming out and seeing them on social media. There's this expressiveness of feeling really full of emotions and being rich in images, because Cancer, just like Pisces, is a creative energy. There's a sense of empathy, and you feel the empathy through words. Okay. Great storytelling time. So all the people who are great storytellers, that's going to be strong with Mercury in the sign. Cancer, good memory. Mercury in Cancer is all about the past. So a lot of people talking about the past, bringing up the past. Now, Mercury in Cancer could be heavily influenced. Remember, it's a water sign. You put a drop of something that's very diluted, and it's going to take it. It's going to be very concentrated and take over that water taste. So be careful with your decisions. Mercury in Cancer is very psychic and is very intuitive, and it can feel what other people are feeling without words. So we will have that individually and collectively. Empathetic conversations, engage in deep and meaningful discussions with loved ones, especially the discussion of the mom, the discussion of your legacy, not your legacy, that's more Capricorn, but your roots and your heritage. Okay. Domestic matters could be happening, family plans, spending time with family, addressing home related issues, creative expression, because Cancer does enhance that creativity with writing and other forms of expression because it is water sign. So allowing the feels to come through. Now we have Venus and Mercury in the sign Cancer by the end of this week, and we are going to be feeling so love and loving others. Cancer is very, I see Pisces, Madonna, Pisces sun, Sag moon, Virgo rising. Pisces sun. Oh, we love you. Sagittarius moon. Okay, first of all, Pisces sun. I'm wondering if you're okay, no, that's not, because the Virgo rising. I got it confused. But Sagittarius moon, very optimistic emotionally. Love that for you, Madonna. And I know, I don't know if you are a female or a male, but if you are a male, the Pisces energy might be stronger than the moon. If you are a female, the moon is stronger than the sun. Now you get your moon sign for everyone who is watching from your mom, and you from your biological mom. You get your sun sign from your biological father, whether you know them or not. So the moon sign might be stronger, very optimistic energy, very positive. You probably love philosophy. You're very faith driven. You know, this is without me looking at your chart. You come off, because you're a Virgo rising, as very organized and almost like a perfect image. Virgo risings tend to be very attractive too, Virgo risings and Libra risings. So there is that dynamic for you. She says yes. Just want to throw that out there because I see that you commented, and thank you for watching. So I'm just talking about the astrology of the week, and I'm actually towards the end. I actually have one more. But what did I want to say about the Mercury in Cancer? Compassionate communication, again focusing on home and family, and yeah, creative and artistic endeavors. Be aware of public sensitivity, okay, public moodiness, people trying to avoid uh, uh, any type of conflict. Cancer energy wants to stay safe, it doesn't want to come out of its comfort zone. There's a lot of mood swings collectively. Okay, that mental health energy, protect it, be aware of it. You know the weather, you know the astrological weather. I am telling you, don't fall in suit of it. You know, just be aware of it and act accordingly. Engage in emotional conversations, trust your intuition, focus on home and family, explore some creative outlooks. outlets, maintain objectivity, address difficult conversations when you need to be honest. Okay, don't talk in circles, because that is what that Mercury in Cancer will do. Now, while Mercury's in the sign Cancer, I'm just going to briefly, Mercury moves really fast. Okay, so and Cancer is the ruler, so it's going to deal with a lot of mood swings. Okay, but when it first hits Cancer, June 18th, we're going to have a quincunx with Pluto. It's basically doing everything Venus did, just so you know. When you have the queen cuts, it's going to be some communication problems. Okay, that is June 18th. Then it's going to be Mercury in is going to conjunct Venus. And when it conjuncts Venus, wait, do I have the dates here? Oh, conjuncts Venus, right? Oh, I'm going to talk about that actually. That's actually the next day, but I'm going to talk about that. And there's enhanced ability in communication, good and bad. It's, conjunctions are good and bad. On the 21st, Mercury in Cancer is going to sextile Mars and Taurus. So enhanced ability with communication and confidence and clarity. Maybe it's going to help you drive something that's thinking of long term in your finances. On the 22nd, it's going to Mercury, the planet of thinking and communication, is going to square the nodes. And that's all about our karmic energy, what we need in this lifetime, what we need to release. And right now, currently, the North Node is in the sign Aries. So it's all about the self and not about the relationships. And releasing relationships are things that don't bring balance into our lives. Okay. Now, on a June 22nd, and so when Mercury squares it, it's going to cause some communication dealing with your karma and what you need to help bring some independence in this lifetime. Now, this year, June 26th, Mercury in the sign Cancer is going to trine Saturn. Saturn's in the sign Pisces. There is clear communication with some unclear boundaries, okay? Disciplined thinking, emotional maturity. Love that, okay? Potential feelings of restriction or limitations will be expressed in a very positive way, okay? No need to address or resolve long-standing emotional issues because you'll be mature with our emotions that day, okay? June 28th, Mercury in the sign Cancer is going to square the Chiron, the healer, and there is going to be dealing with some wounds, and maybe there's communication with that, and we don't want to deal with it, but it's going to cause some issues, and it will make us very vulnerable, or will be easily triggered. On the 29th, I say we because I'm part of that too. On the 29th, Venus is going to sextile Uranus, so there is going to be some great surprises coming our way, maybe some new ideas, maybe something that's very out of the box. Be very creative with that. Mercury in a sign Cancer, July 1st is going to trine Neptune. This again is major creativity. This is also dealing with the intuition and spirituality and connecting to God and having that strong artistic ability. Love that. Also a great day to do a tarot reading, okay? Yeah, so that is what we have. Now, the very last conjunction I have for us is going to be that once Venus and Mercury leave the sign Gemini, they will be hugging and they will be conjunct, okay? And when you have that, hold on, I can't do two things at once. I'm trying to do that. Okay, here we go. So when you have that, there is major discussions of love. All talk with wishful love, all talk about romance, all talk about creativity, really feeling empathetic, and there's family themes is going to be really huge. Loving your mother, loving your home, loving where you feel safe, want to be cozy, the discussion of your heritage and your past, looking at old pictures. That would be strong that day, okay? Redecorating your home. There's empathetic conversations. Engage in heartfelt discussions and expressing your feelings openly and listening, okay? Who doesn't love to be listened? I love when people listen to me. That is very rare. Okay. A lot of harmonious energy with relationships because Cancer loves love. Venus in the sign Cancer is now connected to the thought process and communication and how we learn and how we communicate. So yes, maybe if you're into stocks, because Mercury does represent trade and commerce, you'll be dealing out of love and going off of your intuition. Yes. Now, when you have a conjunction, there's also some negativity. So you could be overly sensitive. Okay. There could be sentimental also, but you're dealing with nostalgia, and maybe you're just you keep thinking of the past. There could be mood swings and conflict. You're trying to avoid it. Okay. No, no, no. I want to stay in this bubble of only love and bliss, and I don't want to look over there. So get ready for that. Now, let me see. Let me think of what could be in the news. Maybe there is a big thing in social media about moms, about families. That would probably, or maybe about art, maybe about poets, maybe about things that really tugs at your heart and your emotions, and maybe people will emotionally be caught into something with social media, so be aware of that. Let me think of yeah, big thing of not trying to be in your trying to not step out of your comfort zone is definitely because Cancer represents your security. So if you have two planets and it's dealing with your security, just be ready about that. No, but only look at the positive, as Cancer would do. Okay, next week we have the sun entering Cancer. So not only do we have Mercury and Venus in the sign Cancer, but then the sun will be entering Cancer. Then we will have a full moon in Capricorn. So all that will be discussed. Now we're going to do horoscopes. But before I do horoscopes, I actually want to do for the collective. Let me drink some water. And hello, and thank you for everyone who's watching, everyone who's actually listening to this and watching, whether it's live, because this stays, I keep this up. I'm going to pull a card for you guys. This is for everyone who's listening and watching. I'm going to pull a card, and this is going to be for what you have coming up this week. What you have coming up this week. Okay, let's see what everyone has. Hold on, I'm mixing the cards here. Okay, so what do we have coming up this week? Oh, we are socializing. Everyone get out there, socialize. This is very feminine energy, but it's about a support group who's supporting you emotionally. Again, very Venus, Cancer and Venus. The water represents, these cups represent water signs. Okay, hold on. I feel like it's not close enough up here. These cups represent water signs, and there's female energy, and they're having a celebration. They're here supporting each other. It's almost like a bridal shower, not a wedding, but just like a support group, and it's feminine energy. So maybe with your mom, maybe with your grandmother, just very supportive energy, and it's coming from female energy. Okay. Supportive and female. Okay. Very positive. Every time I pull that card, I think of me being outside and being with a bunch of girlfriends. If you are a guy, women have your back this week. Okay. The ladies have your back. Okay. So let's get into the horoscopes. Hold on one second. We're going to start with Aries. All my Aries, you are going to have Venus and Mercury in your fourth house. That is the house of and wait, first of all, let me just say, before I talk about the signs, look at your rising. That's going to be the most accurate. Look at your sun. And I very strongly encourage you to look at your sun sign, because this is going to say what you are physically trying to do with this energy, physically trying to do, because that's what the sun represents. The ego and the drive is like a bigger Mars. And then look at your moon sign, because it's going to talk about what are you feeling emotionally. Okay. Now, for all my Aries placements, it's going to be in the fourth house, and this is dealing with home and family focus. You are going to be connected with family more than ever. I mean, stronger than the collective. Okay. You individually, there is communication, and maybe you are more psychic. Maybe you are talking about, it's also like the womb and just feminine energy, your mom, or where you feel safe, who's here to protect you, or your home and family. Okay. So that is what you guys have. Oh, actually, let me pull a card for you guys. Let's see what we have for my Aries. There could be some conflict and change, or maybe there's some competition and there's fire with this energy. Actually, let me look at the chart here and see why do we have this with here. Hold on. Okay, I see. One second. Let me see, Aries. What do we have with this conflict? This could be dealing, because I'm looking at Mars for you guys. It's definitely dealing with some resources that you have. But why would we have conflict? Maybe there's some conflict at home. Maybe you're going to be addressing that competitive cousin, or the not the sibling. something with family. It makes me think like, do you have issues with your parents or where you feel safe? But there is some conflict here. Let me see what you guys can do with that conflict. You need to think positive, and you need to go where your family, who, not all of us are born with a great family, but who is your family? Who do you consider your family? Because that is where the love is. You see the rainbow, very Gemini energy, but the rainbow is here. There's love here where you feel safe, not what what is written down as family. Okay, so that is what I have for my Aries. Now Taurus, this week Venus and Mercury is going to move in the sign Cancer, is going to move in the third house for you guys, right? And this is a focus on relationships, especially in your community. The third house is, I'm looking at it as I'm saying it. Hold on, let me actually change it. The third house is all about your siblings and your community, your neighborhood, your day-to-day interactions, and maybe you're partying with your neighbors. Okay, maybe there's family discussions. Maybe a neighbor is a family member. But yes, there is something with your community. Let me see. Focusing on nurturing your loved ones in your community, for focusing on your neighbors, your environment, discussions on maybe higher learning if you have kids, or maybe you're learning something new, and you're having like a party with the people you learn. Now we have the Page of Wands for you guys. This could be a young fire sign coming your way, and they're coming to send you a message. So like if you have an Aries, if you know a Leo, if you know a Sagittarius, that is what this can represent. Or it could be a young fire sign, or just a fire sign sending you a message. Or it could be that you guys are starting to learn to be confident, starting to learn to have some passion, or maybe there is a strong drive to do something. Oh, yeah, makes sense, right? Taurus, Mars is in your first house. So there is this drive of self, and it's just starting. So I love that for you guys. Very positive and focusing on the self. And you guys need to do that. Okay. I will see you guys next time. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so now we are doing, oh wait, I didn't change the banner. Yes, I did. Now we are doing Geminis. Geminis. Now, Mercury and Venus is going to enter your second house, okay, Geminis, and you'll be seeking harmony when it comes to your finances. You want to practice not moderation, but maybe a good time to budget and find some peace and happiness with your finances. You could be spending too much with this because Venus does attract a lot of money, or wanting to focus on aesthetics and making your home really beautiful. It could be communication is very sensitive when it comes to your resources, or what you deem as what you value. There could be a big discussion with that. Okay, let me see what else. Budget, you guys. That Venus in that second house, just be careful of budgeting. Okay. Now let me see what we have for my Geminis. Ooh, Geminis. This is you. This card is screaming Gemini. Okay. This represents the lovers, and the lovers is all about having some options and choices you guys will have this week. Also being aligned with someone without even communicating. A very Mercury in Cancer. Okay. It's the symbol of twins, and the twins are not just connected like lovers, but they're connected because they understand each other so well. They don't even have to speak. And that is very Cancer. Okay. So that is what we have for my Geminis. Go ahead and go off your intuition this week. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Cancers. Are you guys getting excited about your, if you are a Cancer sun, about your birthday coming up? Now, Cancers. Venus and Mercury are going to enter your first house. Okay. This is a house of self love and care. This period of self love and care is going to be about pampering and maybe prioritizing yourself with that Venus. And you're going to naturally attract some things with this Venus. People are going to be drawn towards you. Mercury in Cancer is going to give you ideas of yourself, and really communicating and using your intuition about your body, and about even considering your head, like your physical head, right? Clear communication about your needs and your understandings. Okay. Just it's the house of self. Okay. And now you have the thought process and communication in that house. Again, we have, if this is your second time with this card being pulled, there's some conflict and change happening, or there is a strong need to compete and be better. Maybe you're competing against yourself, and now you have new inspirations for that. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So now let's do Leo. Leos, let's look and see what we have. You have Venus and Mercury in the 12th house, Leo. Okay. And I will be pulling card for you. But the 12th house is solitude and taking time out, especially with the Venus. So you want to be alone, and it's not like you're lonely. Okay. You want to be alone. Be careful of the when the Neptune squares and the Neptune gets involved of drugs. Okay. So I wouldn't say don't do any drugs while we have this Venus and while we have Mercury in this placement. But you feel more inclined to show affection during a private setting. You're cherishing, you're trying to cherish intimate moments with loved ones. You're seeking inner peace. You're meditating. You're into your own thoughts and your own self. And this is also a time where people reflect and they think first before they speak. You're paying attention to your dreams or to your subconscious messages. Let me see what we have. It's a great time to analyze your dreams, especially if you get a book on it. And this is for all my Leos. Let me see what card we have. Hold on, let me mix the cards. We have the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is basically saying you're moving fast. You're going to be moving fast. There's going to be a lot of thoughts coming, a lot of communication, a lot of logic, and being very aggressive towards this communication and being very aggressive towards this logic. Now, but this is solitude energy, and you're by yourself, but you do have this air. Maybe it's a air sign coming your way in knight in shining armor. This could be a Gemini, a Libra, or what's this? The third Aquarius. But there's some intellectual future energy with this. It's the air sign is very social and communicative, and it's dealing with the brain and how you learn and how you process things. And when you have the knight, it's the fastest moving energy. So there's something fast coming this week, and it's dealing with your logic, dealing with the way you think, or maybe there is the truth coming and it's coming really fast for you this week. Okay, so that is what we have for all my Leos. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Virgos, you have this energy coming into your 11th house. The Cancer energy is in the 11th house for you. So social circles and socializing with big groups and networks. Yeah, it will be really huge, connecting with friends and engaging in group activities, maybe strengthening your support group because you are going to feel safe with that Cancer, and they're going to help you. Now, the Mercury in Cancer is going to have some group discussions and share some ideas, and maybe feeling supported with the group, maybe thinking about technology when it comes to your family and your home, or when it comes to your mom, or when it comes to security, or your hopes and dreams. Okay. Community involvement. Mercury in Cancer in the 11th house makes me think of intuition and intellect put together. And also, when I have 11th house transits happening my way, I always get better with my technology. So if you are doing anything with social media or technology, it starts to get better, and maybe you have to use your intuition to help you with that. Let me pull a card for all my Virgos. And we have the King of Wands. Okay, so you guys are the leader and the masters of confidence. Whatever is happening this week is going to make you very confident, or maybe an older fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo is coming your way. But whatever it is, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of motivation, there's a lot of drive. This is the leader of getting done. This is the leader of really saying, come on, let's spark that drive, let's do something. This person is not just doing it, not just saying to do it, but they're really doing it, and they're being really creative while doing it. But there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of spark, there's a lot of drive in doing whatever you need to accomplish this week. Very positive. I love fire energy because it does motivate me, it does push me, and you need these people because it's very extroverted energy, it's not internal. So you're going to see the results happening outwardly, not internally. Okay. Yes, I hope that resonated with you guys. I will see you guys next time. Okay, Libras, let's see what we have. Now, Venus and Mercury is going to enter your 10th house, and both in the sign Cancer, right? 10th house is all about your public image and your career, and like, everyone look at me, I'm on the stage, and you're going to want to seek some harmony and balance with the Venus, with your professional life, and maybe being very nurturing to your environment, maybe your work environment. Professional relationships, very supportive relationships with this energy. Maybe your colleagues or your superiors are going to be attracted to you naturally, like drawn to you. Mercury in Cancer with this 12th house, you have important discussions about your careers and long term, and you might be speaking in circles. Be aware of that, and be aware of the moodiness when it comes to your career and your focus, because there might be some emotions, but it still can help you in a constructive way. Okay, let's see what we have with this for all my Libras. We have the Fool. The Fool is representing infinite possibilities. Okay, it's also representing Uranus, so expect the unexpected. You're going on a new journey. Also, you need to have faith. You need to pack light. There's a little dog here that's like trying to warn you, like, hello, I'm your buddy. I want to warn you on the trials and tribulations that's coming your way. However, you have to keep the faith. Now, this is also Aries energy and starting something new and being the first to start it. But you have to have faith. You have to have a leap of faith regardless of what happens this week. I love starting new journeys. I love infinite possibilities and being very optimistic, and also having light baggage, okay, emotionally. I think it's great. Be ready for the new journey, okay? Just be ready for that. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Did I not do, that was Libras. I'm sorry, I didn't change it, but that was Libras. Now we are going to Scorpios. Scorpios, Venus and Mercury is going to enter your 9th house. And when it enters your 9th house, you are going to be more adventurous, okay? Emotionally and mentally, maybe exploring some new cultures or some new countries, or maybe spiritual discussions when it comes to cultures. But there's also dealing with philosophy. This is also dealing with higher learning, maybe partying at a college, okay? I don't know how old you are, but that could be happening. Exploring different cultures and traditions with loved ones, because you're dealing with Cancers. Sharing your beliefs and listening to others, because you're dealing with that Mercury. Focus on learning new things, new philosophies. This is also could be like doing something that's very adventurous as a group with a bunch of people you love to be with, socializing. That can happen as well. Let me pull a card for all my Scorpios. Looks like there's some fun though with this. Oh, look, this represents travel. Maybe you guys are traveling, okay? There could be some traveling happening for you this week, or maybe movement, but this is fast movement. Fast progression, fast movement for you guys this week. Have fun. Even if you're not traveling, there's some fast movement for you guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Sagittarius. Now, these planets are going to enter your 8th house, and it's all about forming a deep connection emotionally, okay? The 8th house gets very deep, okay? This is a house of psychics. This is a house of things that are very taboo. This is a house of things that are like in the closet and the skeletons. This is a house of psychology and healing. So all that could be happening, and maybe it's almost like you're with a bunch of girlfriends and you guys are giving each other therapy. It's intimacy and trust, financial security, because you are dealing with shared resources. Maybe you're going to attract some finances through a partner of some way. Now, Mercury in the sign Cancer makes you have conversations that are very deep, okay, not surface level. Also things that you can naturally feel, and you're dealing with empathy too with that Cancer, and you're dealing with intuition and psychic abilities. Again, it could be thinking about your finances too, if you are a more grounded person, but taxes kind of energy, money that you owe. Okay. Yeah. Don't talk in circles about that though. Okay. Don't be scared to come out your comfort zone with that. We have the Temperance, and the Temperance is a major arcana, meaning that you guys, this is a bigger deal, okay, for all my Sagittarius. So, and it does represent Sagittarius. It's representing Jupiter. You need to practice moderation. You need to chill. This is also dealing with healing. So there is going to be some healing this week. Maybe the healing is through some moderation of some sort. But be ready to be healed. I'm here for it, Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio moon, so I love some healing, but there will be some healing happening, okay? And it could be coming from multiple ways, like from 2 directions, okay? I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Capricorns, the planets into your seventh house, and it's all about relationships for you. The focus of relationships, especially with Venus, and harmony in relationships, balancing relationships, showing your partner how much you love them. This also could be dealing with relationships with a business partner, relationships overall, not just about the I, about the we. This is also dealing with like how you get things done, but you do it with a partner. Also represents mirroring, so like you can see yourself in others, but there is definitely not a solo energy here. This is definitely with someone else. Yeah, so like getting self-help with a therapist, that is what that represents, or fixing something but fixing it with a professional, and you guys do it together. Mercury in Cancer is going to have you discuss future planning with your loved one, thinking about safety with your loved one, thinking about protection with your loved one, thinking about your history with your loved one in the past. Yeah, so, or even emotions with the loved one, or a partner, or a business partner. Okay, let's see what we have for you, Capricorn. Beware of all the materialism coming up for you. This is someone who has a lot of choices, and just because you have a lot of choices doesn't mean it's good. You want to go off your intuition for sure. Be careful of all the confusion here too coming up this week. The clouds is fog, and it's like you can't see it. So you want to go off your intuition. Okay, Capricorns, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Aquarius, the planets into your sixth house, Venus and Mercury in the sign Cancer. And this is all about your health and your day to day routines and even work, like your employees or your people you work with, your colleagues. So focus on your daily routine and having a daily routine and being organized and being healthy. Seek harmony. It's almost like with the Venus in Cancer in the sixth house is almost like you are organizing your home and making it aesthetically pretty. That could be happening. Now, Mercury in Cancer is a discussion of your health, maybe discussion of what Cancer rules. It rules the chest. So that could be happening, or the womb. There could be a discussion and a focus on that, focusing on improving your work and your tasks. Focusing on if you work and there's empathy dealing with your work, or love dealing with your work, or emotions in your work. Okay, let me pull a card for all my Aquarius. All right. Yeah, this is very Virgo energy here. And this Virgo energy is someone who's taking their time to do the details and perfecting their craft. I say Virgo, even though I haven't mentioned Virgo, but this is what this house is, reminds me of. Sixth house. The sixth house is all about the mental too. It's the Mercury is like the ruler of it, and breaking down the details and really perfecting the craft. And maybe something you learned with the Gemini, and now it's going into Cancer, and now you're perfecting the craft of what you work. So like really get into the details, very perfectionist kind of energy. And that is what you guys have this week. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, lastly, I have my Pisces. Welcome. The Venus and Mercury is going to enter your fifth house, Pisces. So embrace your creative side. This is where all the arts and crafts and creativity happens, and the fun. Fifth house is all about having fun, and you have Venus in the fifth house, Pisces. You guys are outside, okay? You're outside, you're loving it. You're already a water sign, so you can relate to all this water energy, and there is emotions through art and creativity. Maybe you're having a romance. This is very romantic energy with the Venus in Cancer in the fifth house. So maybe there's a new lover coming your way. Mercury in Cancer is being creative in projects, maybe hanging out with young children and having fun with children, or thinking about children, and or there's a romantic communication happening for you as well. Let me pull cards for my Pisces. And we have a Knight of Wands. Yeah, it makes me think of like having fun like a Leo, like being on stage and having that drive and that inspiration to say, you know what, I don't care what others think. I'm being very confident. I'm going to have fun. Okay. And yeah, be outside in the sun, have fun. Also, there could be a fire sign coming your way who's very passionate, who's very creative, who's very bold. Okay, that could be happening. It could be a loved one, a lover, and it could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Okay. If they're not that sign, guess what? They have that energy. So yes, all that could be happening. Yes. Okay. So that is what we have. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for staying tuned or watching the whole thing. I will see you guys next week. And remember, the video that I have for my members, and it's just $4.99. The link is in the bio. It's going to be yes or no direct questions. Okay, answering those. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye.